Hi, everyone. It's Natalie Pace. It's day 6 of our 21 days to a healthier, wealthier, more beautiful you, my free holiday gift, our gratitude game coaching series. What day is today? I think today is day 6, and that would mean wisdom. Okay, so what does the mantra wisdom mean? Sometimes we turn our power over to people who we shouldn't be doing that to. So I have seen people that turn their power over to their certified financial advisor or their money manager. I saw something where Messi got in trouble for evading tax laws, and he said that he just signed on the dotted line, and somebody else was supposed to do that. He was just going to do soccer. Now, I'm not saying that we all need to have 10 jobs. What I am saying is be the boss of your money, be the boss of your life, and do not sign on the dotted line without knowing what you're signing. Do not relinquish your power to somebody just because they have a YouTube channel. Do not relinquish your wisdom to somebody just because they speak on a national platform. Grade your guru. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that uh, it's traditional. Like a lot of people say, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to listen to relationship advice unless they're married for 40 years, right? Well, actually, the Dalai Lama has a lot of great relationship advice, and he's never, as far as we know, been in any kind of intimate relationship. One of his best tips is in conversations with loved ones or disagreements, don't bring up the past. Great tip, right? Now, why do I trust the doll? And you could say the Bible, you could say whatever your, there's a beautiful Sanskrit text, there's hieroglyphics that have great wisdom on them. So, what do I mean by grade your guru? A lot of times people have a lot of followers and they become influencers and they don't really have experience in something. Honestly, I mean, I am really grateful that I believe that a lot of the things that I've developed have come through trial by fire. I lived my way into the answers, and that's how they came there. And they turned out to be good systems. And that's why, they're enthusiastically recommended by Nobel Prize winning economist Gary Becker, TD Ameritrade Chairman Joe Moglia, MacArthur genius Kevin Murphy wrote the foreword to the ABCs of Money for College. So they just believe that these precepts are very important and very easy for everybody to live a richer life and to have more prosperity and abundance. Again, I had to live my way into the answers because the answers were not found in the mainstream. So 20 years later, do I consider myself to be a wisdom carrier? Yes, absolutely. When I first started out, did I have every answer? No, but I was definitely on the right path. And the things that I was telling people have been time proven now in the 21st century to be true. So I'm much better than I was 20 years ago, but I was really good and I had great endorsements back then, even in the beginning, because these were solutions that were addressing the real problem. And it was with input from very high level, genius level sources as my mentors. So, how do you grade your guru? How do you know that what it is you're following is based in wisdom rather than, popularity came in on an email, sounds good to me, right? A lot of times it's a simple Google search. There's a chapter that's dedicated to that in the ABCs of Money. So I do encourage you to check that out. But knowing the red flags, I mean, oftentimes if it comes in as an email, it's a red flag right there. Um, I talked to, right now, FTX bankruptcy is the big deal. I had a whole blog on that. There's 6 red flags listed in there that you might want to read about. So back to wisdom. Also, you can start incorporating the wisdom that you've been learning this week. And that's what we're going to do. And again, I warned you yesterday that the fire ritual would, you know, take us a little more time. So I want you to get a piece of paper just a regular blank paper, and just simply fold it in half, okay? It's quite easy. And I want you to write down everything that you think is a problem right now in your life. Now, you might say, well, that would be a book. Okay, so limit it. If you feel that way, limit it to 5 or 6. Just for the purposes of this exercise, you can come back and do it again. So what I want you to do is make sure you're doing one per line. Like don't write a novel. So write down, I'm worried about the recession, that I might lose too much of my 401k, my IRA, my RSP. It might be inflation is destroyed my budget. I'm putting things on credit card. This is unsustainable. Write down, my child is going to college. It's going to cost so much money. He's going to come out with so much debt. I'm really worried about that. So write down each one of your worries, doubts, fears, and problems and issues that are happening right now on this piece of paper, one per line, not like a novel, not like an essay. I'm going to stop the recording here, and you should stop it and pause it while you do this, and then come back and get the next thing that you're supposed to do. So I'll stop it here. Okay, welcome back. Now you have all of your issues on this side, and you have blank on the other side. So what I want you to do now is we're going to start problem solving. The solution to your problem is the exact opposite of the problem, but it's going to require an action in order to get there. So what I want you to do is to write the exact opposite to begin with, and then write the action that you're going to take to make sure that you make it real. So if you said, I'm really worried that the recession is going to destroy my retirement, what I want you to put on the other side next to that problem is, I'm so glad that I protected my assets and I didn't lose in the recession. I'm actually ready to go shopping now that stocks are on sale. Okay, that is going to require an action, because in that solution that you wrote down, it said, I protected my wealth. So you're going to have to learn the life math that's going to protect your assets from a recession, rather than having blind faith that your certified financial advisor or your money manager is doing it for you. You're going to have to know what you own. You're going to have to know what a better plan looks like. And you might say, well, that sounds like a lot of work. It's easy as a pie chart. Attend the retreat, get a second opinion from me, at least at minimum, read about it in the ABCs of Money, 5th edition. Let's say that one of your problems were, my son or my daughter is going to a great university. The problem is it's really expensive, and I'm worried that they're going to come out with a boatload of debt. Okay, what is the exact opposite to that? I am so grateful that my child is going to Stanford, Harvard, you fill in the blank, and that we read the ABCs of Money so that he or she is actually going to be making passive income and will come out with very minimal debt. Now, the ABCs of Money for College is designed to help you and your children get a better degree for half the cost, and it talks about passive income strategies for your college student. So you definitely want to read that if that was the problem that you wrote down. And parents, you should really read the book when your child is born. Start when they're born. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to reframe your problems into the solution. If you need help doing this, you can try my private coaching practice. Email info@nataliepace.com and say, I'm interested in Natalie's private coaching practice, or I'm interested in her unbiased second opinion of my current retirement plan. I can help you with that through the private coaching program. I'm not a certified financial advisor. I teach the ABCs of Money and the life math that we all should have received in high school. It's a 21st century time-proven strategy that works great in recessions. It's easy as a pie chart. So I can show you what a better plan looks like. I can show you very clearly what it is that you actually have in the second opinion. All right, so there are solutions. And you need to make sure that you're following a time-proven 21st century solution rather than someone who's an influencer with a lot of followers but really doesn't have a lot of experience, or a certified financial advisor who might actually be a salesman who's paid to sell you things and might not even follow the markets at all. I dealt with that with someone I was, at a major brokerage just a week ago when I was trying to transfer some assets and money. And boy, they didn't even know, how much interest rates had risen this year. All right, so I'm going to stop here for a moment. We're not done with the fire ritual yet, just so that you can start reframing your problems into solutions. Remember that you have to take action to make it real. So you have to write that action. You can't just reframe it and turn the negative into a positive. That's the start. And then what action are you going to take so that you solve the problem? Okay, so now what you have is you have a piece of paper. One side has problems, the other side has solutions. And what I want you to do is to keep that seam in the middle, put a little bit of water on the seam so that it's very easy to tear it apart. And then what you'll discover is you have problems in one hand and solutions in the other hand. Take the problems, and that's why we call it the fire ritual. Go ahead and tear it up into tiny pieces. And if you are in a safe place to do so, then you can go ahead and burn your problems. If not, you can throw them away, whatever. Make sure that it is a symbolic gesture of doing that. Now, then keep your solutions. And what I like to do is simply fold it in four, and then I put it in my pillowcase so that I'm sleeping on them, but I'm not obsessing over them. And then when I'm doing my sheets, maybe that's twice a week, once a week, whatever, how often you do your sheets, pull it out, look at it. Now, the interesting thing is that if you do the fire ritual, once every now and again in your life, you're going to see, you're going to try to think back to some of the problems that you had in previous fire rituals, and you'll realize, wow, I really solved that. It worked. I can't believe it. Sometimes you're doing it with faith, but it's not blind faith. It's faith based in wisdom, faith based in time proven strategies, faith based in, when we talked about having wisdom about, the Dalai Lama giving you relationship advice. He's a spiritual master. He's got tips that can be helpful in any relationship, right? So even though he doesn't have a relationship, you don't toss him out for that. So it is tricky, but definitely, somebody who spends their life doing this one or two things is going to have more wisdom than someone who has a very good marketing strategy and a lot of followers, but is kind of, pretending, really. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow for the wrap up of our first week. And thanks again, Natalie Pace. NataliePace.com. You are welcome to share this with your friends, whether you want to send them over all the links yourself. They can access them at youtube.com/Natalie Pace. They can email us at info@NataliePace.com, and we'll send them all the links and information. Happy holidays to you. I am grateful for you, truly from the bottom of my heart, grateful for you to be here and watching this and doing this and joining our community. Together, we can create great things. And in fact, over the course of this 21 days, I'm going to be showing you some people who've done extraordinary things.